Krump stands for Kingdom Radically Uplifting Mighty Praise. So it's a faith-based dance style. One of the creators, Tight Eyes, he talks about how he got the idea of Krump from God. People have different opinions on that. Some people don't believe in God, other people do. But like to me personally, when I go to a session and I dance, and when I leave the session, I just feel like my spirit is elevated for some reason. And then it's a different feeling you get from like when you go to church every Sunday. Like I grew up going to church every Sunday. I used to go to like church on the weekdays as well, since I grew up in a Catholic school. When I discovered Krump and I started going to the sessions, that's when I really felt the presence of God. If I was to choose between going to church on Sunday and going to a dance session, a Krump dance session, I would definitely choose the Krump dance session. There's some breaking battles here and there, but like due to Winnipeg being a small city, most of the battles were like old styles. So what happens is you'll learn to adapt to different types of music. Then again, like you wouldn't necessarily classify yourself as like, let's say a Krumper or a breaker if you've only been doing old style battles. So what happens is when it comes to like a Krump battle where you're supposed to really show the essence and like the foundation in Krump, then you need to train a little bit different, because you train your foundation, but also like you need to really express yourself in the realm of Krump. If it's an old styles, then you need to know how to adapt. You need to know how to use your style as a Krumper to also to like different genres of music. So they could play you a popping track or a locking track. You need to dance Krump to like a locking track. It gets a little bit, dicey, but if you know your foundation and you know how to like express yourself in the realm of Krump, then you should be able to like adapt to any type of music. How I normally do it is I have my set concepts that I use. If they play this song and I feel like I can execute a concept on the song, then by all means. But since you mentioned practice, like how do you train for something like that? A few dancers have sets. If the music is not musicking, then you have your set moves that you practiced in battle. Like you just have to string them and make sure that when the 8 count lands, you can either hit a freeze or a pose, and that will make the crowd go wild. If you can execute your sets on music that you're not used to, then you should be good. Then you're gonna kill it for sure.